because you would have been upset because you took your stuff out a little bit.
I know. I'm like, damn, yo, this is my good side too. This is my good side. This is my good side, man.
Very upset.
This is the good side of my it's my joint.
Even like when we do the test, like Vic be like, Vic wants to hear. He doesn't hear his voice. It's not the same.
Hey. Hey. Big drip. So let me stop. Hey, what's up, everybody? Wait, I have to introduce anybody.
I have a sponsor for this video.
Oh my fucking god!
I have a sponsor for this video.
This is an unknown sponsor to me, by the way. Let's just disclaim that I have no idea who the f this sponsor is. Shane just wanted to sus be like, I know the sponsor for today, but I ain't gonna tell you. I'm just gonna randomly say
First of all, one, he never knows the sponsor for today. It's only me that knows the sponsor.
But usually we have a drink on the table, but it's cool.
Navaria is the best assistant in the world, so she contacts me about all the advertisements. But for those who've seen episode 10, or one of our best episodes, so it was episode 9, we had a sponsor, right? And this is part 2 of the sponsor. Today's episode is sponsored by Vic's Emotions, part 2. Now let me tell you why it's sponsored by Vic's Emotions. First of all, we're in Vic's car like 95% of the time because I do rental cars and stuff like that. So we always in Vic's car when we go somewhere. So we probably been in my car like twice, literally 2 times, right? So we're in Vic's car and it's cool. Vic can listen to whatever he wants to in his car, right? But we listen to things, I'm not particularly fond of at all times. And the best of the trip sometimes is listening to the podcast, but majority of the day, I don't know what the fuck we're listening to, right? So, the one time this nigga gets in my car, no, he asked me one time, I'm very picky with the aux. It's my brother, special guest today, it's his birthday. Can you add an applause in there? But either way, so the one time he gets in my car, he's like, yo, can I use the aux? I'm like, no, like, you can't use the aux. He's like, nah, I'm gonna play something that you gonna like. I'm like, I'm gonna play something I'm gonna like. So then he goes down this rabbit hole being like, nah, like, why can't I play my music? I'm like, uh-oh. I'm like, your music sucks. That's what I said. I said, your music is trash, in my opinion. And I'm like, it's cool if you think my music's trash. This man proceeds to go the whole rest of the day. All right, this is the part I'm missing. So during our conversation, he was like, I was trying to explain to him how the music sounds to me. And it sounded like if it was someone like Jack Harlow, right? But you went 3 tiers below Jack Harlow, that's the music that it was. And I was like, it sounded like when the white boy in the class is like, yo, this is fire, and this shit's not fire. Like, that's what it sounded like to him. So the rest of the day, and literally, we have niggas over, we're drinking, playing Smash Bros, everything. Every time I play a song, is this called white music, Shane? Because I'll play this music too. Don't you think I'll play this music? Is this one white music? This went on for the rest of the day. And niggas is like, oh, he's probably having fun. Like, they don't know Vic. This is actually bothering him, but he just won't actually say it. So that was going on for the rest of the day. And I'm like, Vic, are you okay? He's like, yeah, I'm okay. He's like, I'm okay, Shane. I'm great. And then he was going over the rest of the day. So I just want to take today and say that's our sponsor for today. Vic's Emotions. Light skinned man, but it's okay. You can do your intro. I'm done now. I'm done now. I'm done now. I'm done now. I'm done now.
I was.
Yo, go ahead.
I was like 98% sure Shane was going to talk about this today. And I'm mad that I was.
Socks.
But wait. No, just for in general, like days before, I was like, Shane probably going to talk about this on the episode of the podcast.
Of course I am.
And I'm mad that I was right.
Of course I am.
And I was planning the script in my head. What the hell I'm going to say back. But I'm going to be the bigger person. And I'm going to continue with the episode, okay?
No, because what I said was factual. I wish I remember every word you said.
I'll tell y'all this. It took me like 2 days to get over this, and Shane went to reactivate it today. That's what's really upsetting me right now. And I really sat and had a whole heart-to-heart with myself about this to calm myself down and be like, we good. I was perfectly fine with Shane not liking the selection of music. I didn't like the fact that Shane wanted to call it white music.
But see, it was the word though. It was the content. So, and that's where I started talking. I'm like, it wasn't just white. It was the word white was the only thing involved in the sentence. There was other words
that stood out,
and he really just took out the rest of the sentence and just highlighted that part.
Yes, because Shane's purpose in life is to try to convince the world that I am Caucasian and I am not Caucasian. He does this all the time.
It was only me and him in the car, and I'm like,
This has happened for years now.
The thing is, right? Listen, as a driver of the car, I'm like the captain, right? So, in other people's car, you can control the music, right? Of course. When you're in my car, the passenger, they can control the music, but only if the driver says you control the music. If that don't happen, in my car, I'm listening to my thing. And somebody thinks like, nah, you'll like it. I'm like, I'm gonna like what I play too. Word. So then he goes down. Another thing. His answers. I only listen to music that rapping, killing, and bombing cars. Whatever the fuck he said, or something like that. But
something like
the problem is, that's a very small point of what I listen to. But as you can see, his emotions drove the whole day. But it's also driving this episode because this is our main sponsor.
Let's go on to the next topic. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. This is SOC, Stream of Consciousness Podcast, episode 12. Episode 12, everybody. We're here now. I like the number 12. It's divisible by a lot of numbers. Okay? That's the mathematician to me. I'm one of your co-hosts, Vic So Valid, and I'm with my man Shizzy with 3 Z's, but he's not asleep. He's mad woke. Special guest appearance today because Shane wanted to talk about this so much that he almost forgot the special guest today. I'm with my man's No Cap Noah.
Hey, what's up?
That's hard though. I'm with No Cap Noah right here.
Hey, what's up? Never lacking, you feel me?
Yeah, you already know.
No cap, Noah.
No Cap. I started to think of something.
You're
Alliteration.
trying to say like he ain't graduated or something.
Oh, nah.
Yeah, that's crazy, yo.
But if anything, oh shit, never mind. You're right.
My man's graduated.
He did, but I wasn't trying to say that. You're right, first off, come on,
Yeah,
yo.
he trying to say you ain't walk.
I ain't say that.
Yo,
I
he
ain't
trying
say
to
that.
say you ain't walk, so you ain't get a cap and gown.
See what we do here?
You saying
Shane
get my
always
diploma,
praying
bro?
for my downfall, yo.
You saying get my diploma?
I ain't say that.
That's crazy.
So, can I give you some
Oh,
background
man.
to this? So, we was talking about what's Noah's stage name gonna be today, and I tried to think of something. And I just thought of something with alliteration, and now they trashing it. Damn. Can I go into my sponsor today? Let's sponsor. Let's shout out to Bang Energy Drink for keeping Vic So Valid awake at fucking 12:30 in the morning.
It's
when
late
we're
as
recording
hell.
this right now.
Yo, it's late as hell, and that's OD. And I really trying to figure out. Yo, someone told me the niggas in Germany, because you know we got shout them out every time.
That's next. Yeah.
Is there some kind of law we're not allowed to fake a sponsor? Because I really want to know that. And I feel like what if one day like we really go crazy and then they're like season assets? Like, yeah, you say you're sponsored by Bang. We were sponsored by Jack Daniels, Febreze, Lemonade, everything I can think of. So it's like, I hope that don't happen.
But I feel like how you really get sued for being fake sponsored. Like, you didn't cough up no money to give us. We just capped about that. And you're also getting a free shout out
I wonder.
to niggas in Germany.
I don't know. All they do is get. I don't know.
I feel like somebody gonna just find some
Germany.
shit like, let's sue you for using
And
our name. I'm
I
like,
really
bruh.
hope, and I was telling myself, I really hope it's not some nigga with like a VPN in fucking Germany and it is saying Germany. I really hope that's not the case, but I'm assuming it's not, and I'm gonna keep high hopes.
Oh my god. Hey, look,
Right.
but yeah, shout out to Bang Energy Drink for keeping me awake at 12 something in the morning when we're recording this. So, we're probably wondering why we started so late. Reason being, No Cap Noah and Shizzy with 3 Z's just saw Eternals. They
That's
saw
so
they got the movie at it was on what 8:30,
8:30 movie. We go on Tuesdays because Tuesdays the cheap thing around this joint. You
Which
feel
is
me?
cool. Now, I
you
feel
gotta
you.
keep all your money, all your coins. You know what
real
I'm saying?
rap. Me, I gotta see Marvel movies day of. I'm the fanatic, yo. I gotta see them Jones day of. So that's me.
It's same shit,
I saw it twice.
niggas.
I did Thursday night and Friday morning.
So what you think of the movie though? Now we can talk about it because now I'm not worried about no spoilers.
Yes, word up. I'm gonna tell you how this works, yo. So Eternals was a good movie. Cinematically, it was a great movie. I liked it. It was a good movie. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna use the word great. It's not my favorite movie, but it is a good movie cinematically. It's definitely a different genre than what Marvel movies typically put out, I will say. But that's okay. And a lot of us Marvel fans want to see different genres approached in the MCU, which is what we're getting right now. I wouldn't necessarily call this an action film. It wasn't completely action. I would say it was adventure. maybe a little bit of mystery. I'm still trying to figure out what genre I would really consider it to be. But I'm not going to say it's really an action movie, but it was still intriguing because we got to see a lot of the cosmic side of Marvel. We got to see more history of the MCU, which is really great. And we got introduced to a lot of, like, 10 characters in one movie that a lot of people ended up really liking. They have a lot of character development and everything. And I really enjoyed the movie.
I see what you mean about like it not being an action movie because I feel like because you're trying to have all the characters pop up.
Yeah.
You're trying to have like a lot of the characters like stories be revealed and like their different like aspects, especially with Sprite and everything.
Real rap, yeah.
So yeah, I see what you mean. I felt like that during the movie too. Like it wasn't a lot of like fighting as you may have think. I feel like it was enough.
Yeah.
For trying to develop all the characters and like place them in like the MCU as fast as possible.
And at least to demonstrate what their powers are on some real.
Yeah. Also, like at the end of the movie, I was kind of wondering, like, because of what happened with Sprite, like I wonder if she can still do anything.
Yo, I thought the same thing. I don't know. Yeah, I really don't know.
Like, you mean like do anything like power wise?
Yeah, like they changed. They
she's
changed
really
her
been
to
a
a human.
little John for her whole life. But wait, I will say though, before I go too much, I did enjoy the movie. It kind of reminded me. I wanted to say it reminded me to like the same pace of like the Iron Man movie was, like the Iron Man one. Iron Man 1, like it reminded me of that pace. But then I was also thinking like, I don't know. I feel like it was kind of like around that pace where like it was a big setup because I feel like this is a big piece to their whole next movement of Marvel movies.
Yes.
Did you watch both in Jones?
Absolutely.
Both of them. Okay.
Absolutely.
So I didn't know who the fuck Arrows was.
Yeah.
I didn't know him. So I had to look him up. But doing like the comic book, and they said his appearance was in like 1973, first appearance. He was a big part of they called him the Dark Guardians, which is like Nebula and some Destructor or whatever case may be, but also the Eternals and even like the Avengers in general. So I feel like this is another step to be like, all right, this is the new circle of fucking life for like, you know what I'm saying? So and obviously they're all connected. That last one, and Noah pointed out, I'm not gonna lie to you. That deep voice at the end of the second. What credit? Who did you think? Who did you think that was?
It's confirmed that is Blade.
That's exactly what we were saying, yo. Because it's like at the end of the day, because all of us know, especially too, that's the first Marvel movie like we've seen. Like, you know what I'm saying? Obviously,
Blade?
Yeah, that's the first Marvel movie. Like, obviously it's in a different universe, but it's the first Marvel movie. And I'm like, who the fuck is that deep a talker? So I figured what I thought at first. And then Noah was like, that's not like Blade. I'm like, yeah, that's the only one that makes sense. Yeah. Blade. Because mind you, it was a sword, like. But I'm trying to figure out that last. I'm trying to think of the bloodline. Of that. I meant to look up the last name, but I ain't good to look at the bloodline. But I think the movie overall was cool. It definitely set up for more shit in the future, and I think that's the main idea. When you say confirmed, you like
the director Chloe Zhao of Eternals confirmed that is Mahershala. I want to say his name correctly. Mahershala Ali. That's his voice.
Oh, he is the one playing.
Yeah, he's playing Blade.
Yeah, I want to say I seen him
play Cottonmouth in the Luke Cage series. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Yeah, I want to say I seen that they announced the joint. But I was watching this joint, and it just pointed out that everybody. Movies like this, it's like everybody's technically on the right side of things, but it's like it's just how you want to look at it. You know what I'm saying? Because you really think about it, like them niggas did just fuck off billions of people, years left for the people that are currently on, you know what I'm saying, on the planet right now. Like, you really think about it, and I get that happens all the time, but it's just like, I don't know. Why? And secondly, why would they even make a little kid? Why do you make a little kid of it? Like, why do you make a little kid eternal? That's fucking weird to me. Like it's weird as hell. Like she's really a little ass kid. Like it's just
it's the thing about that.
Walking around with red hair on.
I feel you.
She trying to fuck this older nigga that obviously it would look weird. Like, and the crazy thing, she is 1,000-year-old, but she look like a child. So
that's the
nigga
wild thing.
Can't hate. Like that's
the wild thing. Like in their perspective, I wonder if they really perceive Sprite as like younger because they're all like the same ages. They're all the same like age and whatnot. I think because remember they were constructed, so looks like they were constructing Eternals of all different sizes and like and looks and anything. So we have different races, and they have different sizes. Of course, you have the smaller who may appear younger, but like if they're the same age in their perspective, do they actually see that as like, nah, you can't do that because they're a minor? Like how are they a minor if they really are age wise? Time-wise, they are thousands of years old.
I don't think they probably see her as a minor.
Yeah.
But I definitely think they see her as younger. Like I said, obviously they were made at the same time. But I think just the physical appearance, the aesthetics,
it's really messy.
I think the visual reminder is that she's younger. She's a child.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
They also have memories though. Yeah.
And I feel like it's kind of known and reflective throughout the whole thing, because even the other ones say, like, when the boy was like when he first pointed out that, like, oh, she's in love or whatever the case may be, right? Mm-hmm. He's like, but you can't. And so he knows, he can't because you look like a child, like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like I think they take on that whole, like, personality that she's like younger than them, almost like a child.
They do.
Way. Even though obviously this bitch is 7,000 years old.
For sure. They even made a joke about it while they were in the crib in Australia about when she couldn't drink or something like that. And I was like, damn, this girl is 7,000 years old, which means she can't drink. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's crazy. That's those little nuances was definitely.
Now check this out. By the way, this is so the mid-credit scene where arrows popped up and he had like the sphere and it was blinking. So I'm sitting there trying to think, why is nobody talking about that might be connected to Shang-Chi? Remember the end credit scene where they were looking at the rings and there was a beacon and they kept blinking? That's the same kind of beeping that the sphere that Arrows is carrying is doing. And then on top of that, in the end credit scene of Shang-Chi, that Captain Marvel had to dip. She was like, all right, there's a disturbance in like space. Let me dip out. So I'm starting to think like, what's going on?
Disturbance that she sensed?
Right, maybe it's something to do with like something's in space. Eternals could be celestial. Something in space. You gotta go check it out. And then the beacon's going on, so like something's connected here that I'm perceiving here. That's why I'm like, where's that? Why is everybody really talking about this? There's possible connection.
Also, I haven't really looked into it at all.
Yeah.
But like, there's no way that's not a fucking leprechaun.
Oh, the dude?
Yeah.
Oh, I forget his name. Nah, he. I looked him up, but he's not just a leprechaun. He's something serious.
Yo, low key, I thought that was Hellboy for a second. I thought it was young Hellboy, and I was like, this shit's taking some weird ass turn. I'm about to say, where the fuck Hellboy come from? I will say though, but that was the thing he was holding. That was the shit that was in her chest from earlier, right? And that's what I thought.
Yeah, so I guess that's probably something that connects them to their celestial.
The weirdest part is when I was watching the film, the bull, I don't know, what's the boy name that do the technology?
Fastos?
Someone say he was doing, remind me of Shang-Chi. Like, I was like, he even like, almost like in a ring fashion, like when he was holding down Icarus or whatever.
Yes.
He damn near pulled out rings, like, and it kind of like, it looked like that same type technology. Yes. Almost like, because mind you, ain't the ring supposed to be like some ancient shit? Yep. It's almost like, I feel like low key, it might be like that nigga who invented that shit, almost in a way, and then that shit was like stored away, and obviously then he found it later on, like down south.
That's exactly what I said, like when Shang-Chi came out.
Because when I seen the joint, I watched the movie film, I'm like, that looked like the rings. But when he was coming through the portal, I didn't even think about that. The first thing I think about was like Guardians of the Galaxy and shit, because the colors of the portal, like it just, like it looked like how when they come through, you feel me? I don't know if you want to see something.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I thought like maybe like he like was like a new member or something like that, but also I thought it was kind of like it'd be kind of weird they just like tossed in like a new person out of nowhere.
I thought it was gonna be Captain Marvel. The colors made me think of Captain Marvel, like with the lights showing. That's what I really thought was about to pull up.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh shit, Captain Marvel about to pop up, but it was not. It was
like I just like thought about like because like they have like the wormhole stuff they do and everything. So I thought maybe they made like another version of it so they can like teleport like individually instead of just with the whole ship.
Copy.
The thing is though, they gonna need like a film on that joint. But I want it like with him because like I feel like a lot of people don't know him that well.
Yeah, in general, unless you read a bunch of comics, you don't know. Yeah, and I didn't know. I looked them up as well.
I looked up, like I said, it said the first appearance was in like Invincible Iron Man in 1973, some shit like that. But I feel like they probably want to clue him because movie wise, we didn't get our big background on Thanos and because he's from the same planet. So we didn't get to see how that planet rocked. We didn't really get to see Nebula too much as when she was like one of the warriors, for Thanos, her sister. Like we don't get to see a lot of that stuff, and I'm wondering if he was a big part of that beforehand.
Right. Now, mind you, brothers, you
know what I'm saying. So mind you, the way Marvel do shit, it's crazy, but it's like almost like they plan shit 20, 30 years in the future, like movie wise. Like we only had since when the Iron Man 1 came out.
Oh wait.
So yeah, they had since 08 to now, but it's like shit connects OD. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But I guess because they can do that because in the comic book world, there's so many different versions of each character. So they can say, okay, now we can, instead of doing this connection to this one, we can do the connection to that one.
Of course.
Like I seen, like, even when it came to like at the end of Endgames, where Iron Man was the one with the fist, the glove, or whatever.
Yeah.
But there was different versions where someone else had it. You know what I'm saying? Like I've seen like, so it's like I guess they can do so much because you have so many options because you can really pull from the comics because niggas wrote out so many different ways for results to happen.
Absolutely.
So, but they need that backstory. That backstory we ain't really get too much.
Some real, and I think we're gonna get it. I will say Eternals.
They go on good to us, yeah.
When I first saw Eternals, I was thinking to myself like, this movie seems so standalone-ish. Like I don't even know how it's gonna connect. Even though we know it's gonna connect because they're talking about Thanos, they're talking about the blip. We know for sure that they're happening in the same spot. But it seems so standalone-ish because it's kind of like, where are we actually gonna connect this? Like what's happening next? Like we don't really know. And the post-credit scenes are for future projects, not like what's kind of happening like currently, kind of, you know what I'm trying to get at. So it seemed like very standalone-ish, but you know, I got hopes for it because it's just like how Guardians of the Galaxy was. That seemed very standalone-ish. The only thing we had a connection with was the Infinity Stone, so we knew it was going to connect. So it's kind of the same thing, and Guardians of the Galaxy didn't come along until, they didn't really get involved until like the second movie or until Infinity War. So they just jumped into place. So that's why I was kind of like, dang, this seemed kind of standalone-ish, but it was still dope.
Yeah, aside from like, you know, the after credit scene, yeah, as you said, like it felt like kind of felt overly open ended. And kind of pedaling back to what Shane said. How you said like there's like not much backstory about like his planet and everything like that.
Yeah.
I mean, aside from like it being like blown up, I do feel you on that because we don't really know like about like how their life was when he was like younger and how like he grew up and everything like that. The only thing I really know also about the Marvel movies, what I like about them is that even if you do know about the comics, right, they do shift it around a lot.
Yeah, they're gonna rewrite some stuff, especially make it appropriate for like the time.
Yeah, especially with like Civil War and like Infinity War. From what I know, like Infinity War happened before the Civil War comics came out. So I thought that was really dope how everything was like mixed up, even if you do know them.
Facts.
I was gonna say too, I enjoy that part. You know what I'm saying? Because I know people who read the comics. You know, they want to like, oh yeah, like I hear people like with Harry Potter shit like that. They be like, oh, this happened in the book this way, that happened in the book this way. But say like, I feel like as a consumer, it's so much better not knowing the ending of a movie.
Absolutely.
And like for example, Infinity War is my favorite Marvel movie of all time. Yeah. But the biggest thing that was so good to me because I don't read the comic books as well. Yeah. So I'm the whole time watching this fucking film. I'm like, yo, how the fuck how these niggas gonna win? Like, cause you know, you watch, like I said, yo, like even the opening, I know this is getting off because we talking about Eternals, but Marvel, but like the opening, June, nigga is like, you know, they doing whatever with Thor and shit, Hulk come, I'm talking about, oh, this nigga Hulk about to really get by, you know, they about to get with it. I'm thinking this nigga's gonna, cause I know the grand scheme is about getting the stones to get stronger and stronger, right? So I'm like, I'm thinking this nigga Hulk about to whip his ass. They gonna have to bounce and they gonna have to come back and shit like that. That's what I'm thinking, right? Wait, did I talk about this on here before?
Yeah, you did.
Did I talk about this being connected to erectile dysfunction?
You said that too.
I did say that? Okay.
Everything you're saying, you've already said. And I know everything you're about to say. I remember, I was like, this is deja vu.
The problem is, because I had conversations with Noah about this off like, just in general.
When we talked about Shang-Chi, you said this exact thing.
I do remember because I connected this to erectile dysfunction. But so I don't gotta go over the whole thing. If y'all don't know what I'm talking about, then that's y'all fault. Fuck y'all because I ain't watched the episode. But the grand scheme that I like that because you don't know what's gonna happen, and I think it makes for a better movie not knowing the exact way something's gonna end. And that was I like when they do that. But for this one and on Eternals, I don't even hear people talk about Eternal comic books, you know what I'm saying?
Fact.
To even know what type of ending, you know, like when it came to like all the other Marvel parts of the movie, everybody of course was reading Iron Man, everybody knew the Captain America joint, but when it came to the Eternals, like I ain't hear much about the Eternals, you know what I'm saying? Right. So that's the point where I feel like they can go so many ways.
Facts,
and yo, low key, I thought Thanos was the only nigga left ever from that planet,
right?
Yo, like, yeah, I didn't know there was a possibility of someone
the way
else
he was
being
talking,
there.
right?
Yeah. And I'm like, cause the way it was like, I destroyed planets and stuff like that for the greater good. I'm the only one. Say like that. But I guess because we never thought, cause this planet got destroyed is what happened?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, cause like.
But before it got destroyed, didn't they do some shit where they wiped out half or something like that? Or something like that? Or am I mixing movies? Actually, I'm mixing Marvel and Invincible together because remember in Invincible they had to kill each other in the strongest survive. That's why I started playing in my head. This nigga Thanos is like kill him. That's not what happened. So to come now to hear this nigga got a brother, I'm like cool. I didn't like the way he came in. Yeah. To be honest, I didn't like the way he came, the personality he presented when he came in. I felt, Yeah, it
Okay.
felt like, and that could be his personality they portray in the comic books, but it felt very like it just didn't. It felt almost cringy like to me. Like I'm just like it's like when you know and like when they watch like you watching the TV show back in the day, and then you know how a star comes on, like a nigga turn around like, hey you, and the guy's like, hey, how you doing? And all hard is like clapping and shit, because it's a superstar. But it felt like that moment where it was like the. Because that character is just doing a high. They're not doing nothing. They're not actors, nothing like that. But so it's almost like cringy seeing them act in a way. But they're here because they're the big guest star. So he kind of came in like the big guest star, but then the way he portrayed himself in the first little minute or two, just seemed very cringy to me. I did not like it. Like I was like, okay, like weird. But I'm trying to figure out, like, no, I don't know if you know, but is he a good guy or a bad guy though? Like if he, him being Thanos' brother, like I don't know if you got an idea about that or what.
I mean, I guess I would assume he's a good person, but like from like what I know about the comics and like Thanos' character, like I believe like when he was born, he looked like more deviant like than like actual Eternal, like so that's why he looked like that and his brother doesn't.
Yeah, he had a deviant gene
that
made him look like that, and he was kind of like almost rejected by his parents, which made him kind of like
crazy,
create his personality. And then his brother came out afterwards. They were like, oh, he looked normal, so he got treated better or whatever. Now Eros was he's a good guy, but he kind of has like a lot of conflict. Like in the comics, he became an Avenger, but then he kept leaving, coming back. But he had like issues regarding like his powers, because his powers is about like he can manipulate people's like dopamine levels, whatever it is. He can change like their levels of like happiness or like whatever. And he used that on women a lot because he has like a lot of sex or whatever it is.
Fuck.
Oh, he does. Like he has a lot of sex because he has the power to make women want to desire him, shit like that. And then they actually in the comics he ended up going on trial for like, unfortunately, like sexual assault, because it's kind of like once they found out that their minds being manipulated, he went to trial with She-Hulk. Yeah, like he went to trial with like She-Hulk was the judge or whatever. So then that was how that was. But it didn't end good for him.
Hitting that joint too.
There's so much story like that. Like with they got his power. He got his power removed, so he couldn't do it anymore. But like he's good for the most part.
Little crash course for drugs. When people like you do hardcore drugs like heroin and everything, like of course when you first take it, all the dopamine receptors send out all these happiness things. The dopamine's for like happiness, and what happens is then like now your body's obviously trying to receive that dopamine again, and they can never get it. So then they always just do more and more drugs until they can have it. And sometimes, people come down from a crash from when their whole receptors crashing and stuff like that.
Crazy.
I just wanted to give out a little crash course on
the more you know.
Drugs. Yeah, the
by
more
drug
you know.
Expert.
Because yeah, but that's dope. See, I didn't know that. With him. Also, I want to see She-Hulk in a movie. That would be lit as hell.
She better have her own series.
I want to see somebody like fuck She-Hulk.
I believe Eros did.
Really?
In the comics, he got her. He was like, yeah.
Yo, Pornhub, you hear that?
Yo, cosplay, need that joint.
Get on it.
Cosplay, need that joint.
X videos, what are the other ones out there? Get on that, because that would be. I don't
know. You know what's wild? I feel like Serena Williams would play a great She-Hulk because she's kind of husky.
Yeah, she would be.
That's kind of fucked up. It's fucked up. I think she play a good She-Hulk.
But
She-Hulk is kind of husky, but she has like still a normal figure. So I feel like Serena Williams will play a bomb ass She-Hulk for her physique.
Nah, she'll be that would be a thick ass Hulk. Like you probably when you have to add extra muscle on her.
That's what I'm saying. You just gotta paint her green. That's what I'm trying to say.
Maybe make it a little taller. Put a couple heels, like some big ass stilettos.
Because he do got the height. She-Hulk do got the height though.
Or for
it's all good.
Question though, side question. Has nothing to do with Eternals. But just because this is what I thought about, after we talk about She-Hulk. What is the baddest cartoon character that you ever seen growing up?
Yo, you know what's crazy?
I had to ask this question.
This was just asked on Stiff Socks podcast, like the latest episode. It was so funny. Yo, they just talked about this. Shout out to Stiff Socks podcast.
Yo, great minds think alike, bro.
It's good. It's good.
I know mines, but I'm saying I'm trying
on
to
cartoons.
Cartoons.
On cartoons. Go first, yeah.
It gotta be cartoons. Yo, the baddest,
so
baddest.
So we're talking one. So one, the baddest?
No, you got a couple. Go a couple.
All right.
But I know when I think of bad cartoon characters, like where I'm like, damn, like, yo, Shigo is the baddest one of the baddest cartoon characters I ever seen in my life, bro. Like that shit, look crazy, yo. Like, damn, you can't tell me. And her little sassy ass attitude. She with all the bullshit too. She don't give a fuck. And she fucking with this blue ass nigga. Like, you gotta think about it. Yo, but think about it, bro. That's a nigga though. So you know she gonna fuck with niggas because you cannot tell me that's not a nigga. I'm wrong. That's a nigga, bro. Like that a nigga. So you already know she gonna fuck with a nigga. She the little trap queen, little thing. The nigga, a bad nigga. He living in a trap. He doing all legal shit and everything. And she with it. She setting niggas up. She telling niggas slide through. Oh yeah, we gonna do that. Boom, trap. Yo, Kimmy, come through. Da-da-da. Nah, fuck that trap. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they be doing. That's bad as hell. Yo, Rufus, yo, you trying to eat some food? Nah, fuck that trap. So she fuck with niggas. Cause that nigga, what's the blue nigga name?
I have no clue.
Dr. Evil, we're gonna call him that. That nigga's at least like 6'5", right? He gotta be in that trench coat. At least gotta be like 6'5", right? She fuck with niggas, yo. That's what I know. And so that may be like, fuck with her a little more. You feel me? She got a little freak ass. You feel me? Yo, right? She go, bro. She go 1 to 20, bro. She at least a 25, bro. Nah, that's dead ass. That's no cap. And look, if you disagree with me, something wrong with you. Cause even that, everybody can appreciate the little green little bitch. You see that little green little bitch? Now for the kids listening, ain't like green like we not talking about like broccoli and spinach. I'm talking about the good green, like bunny and like grass and shit like that. Yo, that's what. Yo, I think that bitch is bad, yo.
Nah, you right. She was a bad bitch. That's facts. But yo, as a side note, before I say like which
I want to make sure I pronounce the name right.
Which cartoon mom or a character at all?
Oh, hold on, I forgot another one.
Which like cartoon females look good? Him being blue, right? Kind of you saying he's blue and he's black, right?
Yeah, he's black.
Made me think about the Proud Family. And you know how they had the blue?
Yeah, the little blue people.
They're supposed to be dark skin, right?
Yo,
I was thinking maybe that's the same thing they did for him.
Yo, what did they do that though?
And they evil too. That's wild. That's so fucked up.
Oh yeah, they always be having it. They always got their hand out asking for shit.
Damn.
What did they do that?
Nah, but like aside from definitely first like cartoon girl I thought was like looking good was Raven from Teen Titans, most definitely.
Oh yeah, she's bad.
Oh yeah, he's top tier.
Yeah, no,
top tier.
Top
I think
tier,
he just won.
bro.
Little evil, little emo.
Yeah, in her room, dark room, got spells and shit.
Yeah. On some damn.
Yo, free shit.
On some real shit though. Yo, Elastigirl, bro.
Nah,
nah. That's facts though.
Incredibles too.
That's facts. I was like, damn, what you doing, girl? What you been eating? What you been eating, girl?
Yo, caked up for no reason.
Damn, how did you caked up?
Nigga.
On a Sunday, Thursday.
Oh my god.
Double cheeked up.
Yeah. what you doing on that ass?
What the fuck,
yo? Sign up,
it's 2004. 2004, I'm like fucking 6.
Disney really might, Disney really might use blue as being dark-skinned males. Dark-skinned people in their like their TV shows. They might use blue, bro. Blue is they gonna like, oh, these are the fucking niggers of the show. Give me your fucking money. And that nigga always doing evil laugh, 6'5".
Yeah. It's
Bro,
definitely possible.
Wizard Kelly's face is blue too. I ain't see his whole face.
Who?
Wizard Kelly on Proud Family.
Oh my god.
I don't know. I know a nigga dark skin. I don't know.
Jesus Christ.
I'm just saying, but nah, that bitch, yo. Incredibles 2.
Nah, you won that one. That shit real.
I would have had, if I was the nigga, Mr. Incredible, bro.
I dap him up every day.
Yo, we at least having 2-3 more superpower babies, yo. Like at least, like come on, like yeah, like yo. And she don't do nothing. But
and she can stretch. You know how crazy it probably be?
Like this.
Easy.
Ain't no fucking way she don't use her powers for that ass.
You know what I'm saying?
Ain't no way. No, she may not though, because when she got trapped in the door, she let her powers go.
Yo.
She the throat goat, cuz.
Yo, she can move everything, yo.
This is bad.
She can move everything, stretching everything in that motherfucker.
I do not watch hentai. Just before people was like, this is not what it is. It just niggas here talking about cartoons. You know, we watching when we was younger. That's it.
Wow.
All right, what's yours, Big though?
So one of my first thoughts was
am I allowed to leave to get a drink? Come back.
Sure. One of my first thoughts was Yoruichi from Bleach. You watch Bleach? You ever seen Bleach?
Yeah, I have.
The black girl, pretty much the black girl from Bleach.
Like that train Ichigo, bro.
Yeah, the black girl from Bleach, essentially, with the purple hair.
You ain't never lied, bro.
That was one of my first thoughts when you thought it. I was like, dang, yo. I just want to make sure I pronounce her name right.
She was a ninja girl, bro.
Yeah, I'm sitting there like, yo, like this girl kind of tough, and you know, she, you know, the black girl of the show.
I ain't watching.
First off, every girl in Bleach. Damn near every girl in Bleach got the biggest titties like ever for no fucking reason. But that's anime for sure. On some real shit.
I mean, except for like I forgot her name, but like the main girl though.
Oh, Rukia.
Yeah, Rukia.
Yeah, Rukia. She got a small chest, but
she got the short end of the stick.
But yeah, on some real. But Bleach was like
anyway though.
Bleach was like, yo, we're gonna. they really was out. It was going crazy. With
and
that
he had the one like really powerful Soul Reaper. She had a whole kimono open for what?
The one with the red hair.
Yeah,
the hugest titties on the show, ridiculous. Like what the fuck?
Yo, but y'all ever watch Dexter's Laboratory, bro? Mm-hmm. Yo, his mom, bro.
Yo, Dexter's mom, yo.
It's almost caked up. Bro.
Niggas trying to find out why we like thick girls so much. You gotta see the cartoons that we seen growing up.
They literally set us up our whole life to be like, yo, that's what you like. Yo, cause Pete, remember in Jimmy Neutron? Carl be on that my hard as hell. Yo, Carl be hard.
Jimmy's mom was like,
no. That nigga,
Jimmy's mom. Jimmy's mom.
Carl be like
Jimmy's mom.
That nigga pulled the kitchen, the bitch making like cookies or something. That nigga like,
hey,
yo,
my dude was on it. He was like, yo,
like,
I'm trying to come over, Jimmy.
We young boy, yeah, that's why niggas over there. Oh, Jimmy, can we come over? You know, Sheen dumbass. He don't give a fuck.
Sheen all he cared about was what the fuck dude named the action figure. I don't even remember the dude name. That's all he cared about. I forget.
Yo, what is that nigga's name?
Yo, keep talking. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find out right now.
Oh shit, I forgot the name. But like Carl on there, like I smell cookies, but I see biscuits. You feel me?
That's a crazy boy. But seeing all that shit, bro, it makes us really be like
Ultra Lord.
That's
that nigga's name, yo.
I didn't get one of my hats, yo.
Oh,
that nigga just went a dumbass hat, just covering his eyes and shit. But
yo,
I think, but nah, you're right though. They really set us up to really be in love with thick girls.
Like y'all said, Elastigirl went crazy.
They making them like you ain't gotta make them like that.
Facts.
Like these are cartoons, like you know what I'm saying.
And I'm 6, 7 watching this shit. Like yeah, that's what I got. That's what I need in the future, yo. Come on. Like also, OD out of pocket.
Like I'm not obviously, I'm not furry. All right, but no cap, bro. Like they was making even anthropomorphic animals stick for no reason, bro. Lola Bunny.
Oh yeah, Lola Bunny went crazy.
Bro. She was eeked up, bro.
That's a bad bitch. I'm like,
yo, Lola really went stupid on Space Jam. I said, girl, yo, what y'all doing?
Yeah,
violent, bro.
That's a bad bitch.
Can we talk about Roger Rabbit's? What's his name? Roger Rabbit's wife.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I forgot about her, bro. Oh my.
She had plastic surgery though. If any animated character cartoon had plastic surgery, she had plastic surgery. I know for a fact she did. She had to.
If y'all watch that movie, that woman jiggled so much for an animated TV show. I was like, y'all got these wave motions going crazy.
BBI or something.
Teens, bro, y'all wild.
I watch this shit like, yeah, this is my movie, yo. This is my fucking movie. This is my movie.
Nigga slide to the bathroom.
Bro, nigga slide to the bathroom.
Yo, OD. This nigga OD for that movie. Yo, what the fuck, yo?
He said, yo, what's her name, bro? Let me look it up, bro.
Wait, what we watching? Oh yeah.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Yeah.
I saw that.
I use back. I be back.
Yo, she was a bad. Yo, she was.
My phone. Look at my phone.
Yo, she was bad, but she was loyal though. She ain't
never
slip up on her man, bro.
Why you love him? She was like, he make me laugh. I said, that's the day I was like, I gotta be funny.
Yeah, she kept to the band. He make me laugh.
She know the vibes, yo.
Yo, didn't in the Space Jam 2 though? Didn't they revamp Lola Bunny?
Yeah.
I ain't see it. I haven't seen the movie, but I
that
heard about it.
They slimmed her out. They made her not as sexually appealing.
Yeah,
so niggas,
they give her no breasts or nothing either.
Yo, it's so wild because people were mad. Some people were mad that they changed her, and some people were mad that people were complaining that they changed her image. Some women were mad about something. It was like, why can't she be hot and cool? I was like, huh? But then it's like, weren't y'all mad that she was hot in the first place? I was like, y'all gotta pick one. There was really some complaints about both shits.
I want to say, yeah. I mean, I feel like it's a thing that it's weird to comment on because it is a cartoon.
Yeah.
But it obviously shows that like obviously like you can clearly see then there had to be some sort of like in a way attraction people were having towards them and they peeped that to even want to change. Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It is weird though, they add so many curves to so many of these characters. But I guess because I think we do associate curvature with females.
Yes.
So I think when you make a cartoon, obviously you would make it more of a perfection. You're not gonna make it like you're not gonna make it super weird. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna make it seem like a female would. So they draw them that way. But it is kind of weird they went out the way to draw a different way. It makes it seem worse than I guess than what it is. But you know how women is now. They don't know what the fuck they want.
Nah, I just feel like
2 men on my face.
It's not even just women. I feel like in general, people.
Aside from shitting on women for a second.
I know, what the fuck?
Yo.
In general, people just don't know.
Do my job.
They want to complain about anything right now.
That's facts.
There's nobody can be happy right now.
Cause like when she first changed, like before she changed, I saw like you got people like on TikTok like over sexualizing like kid shows, right? Soon she got changed, I was like, why you gotta
change her?
You're like, what? Oh, it's not our fault that like men are looking at her like that. Like yo, like all right, whatever.
I was like, what do y'all want?
Yo, keeping on the track of like
Let's do
bad
it.
bitch.
What you got? What you got?
Yo, Miss Bellum from Powerpuff Girls, bro.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. I was like, that's my next one, Miss Bellum. Oh my gosh,
Yo, like,
and you
what?
never saw her face. Saw her face once. She was fine though. That's
Like,
why
why
the
they
mayor
always
was
do
like,
that?
yo.
Why they always do that anyway? Always cutting off like parents' heads.
They did that in like the Peanuts joint.
Yeah, like
Charlie Brown type
Peanut
shit.
didn't even have a regular voice. It was like wah 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 wah.
Yeah, that or like Tom and Jerry. They would always cut the people's like they
But I
only saw like
guess
their feet.
that one made sense only because like
They were animals.
they
only
were
saw
like
the-
small.
they only
like,
saw the bottom.
Yeah, they were like pretty
yeah.
much like gods to them pretty much because they were
I guess it
I don't
saves
know.
with drawing. You don't got to worry about how people's face look.
I guess I don't know why they do that because I'm even thinking about for like where's the Kelly? Same thing. I want to know what this nigga looks like so bad.
Who?
What's the Kelly? From the Proud Family. Like you know what I'm saying? Like stuff. I really do think he was supposed to be a Magic Johnson remake. In my opinion, I really do think so because he was the basketball guy. And then he owned the basketball, like shit like that. You never seen him. He was real tall, but it's weird though. I wonder why did they do that? Why did they not let you see the face? Like it's so weird. Like why even put him there if you can't draw the face?
I guess they're not that important of a character.
Then why? But I'm saying the purposely not put his face makes it more important because now it's like, what does the face look like? And every time you see him, adds more emphasis to that character being there because you can't see his fucking face. So like, it's the most oddballish thing of the whole scene that we can't see this character's face when we're seeing everyone else's face or everything else going on. So I think that's kind of weird, but
That's possible.
Yeah, fucking.
Yo, to go back to Eternals, right? For a quick second.
Yeah, let's do it. I can talk about Marvel all day.
Also, what's the dudes who does technology again?
Bastos.
All right, so I get it. We gotta have diversity in the show,
Hell yeah.
in the movie. But why every black guy in a movie gotta be nerdy, best friend, or gay? Like,
Got to be nerdy, a best friend, or gay.
yeah, like I feel like.
I think that's better than being a stereotypical like.
Oh no, like no,
thug.
don't get me wrong. No problem with it. I don't know. Like, I mean, obviously, like it really doesn't make a difference to the character. Like, it definitely adds depth to the person. Like, showing them like really getting like that they really have like deeper personalities and just being like robots or like.
When it came, I think this film did a phenomenal job with diversity. I will say.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Like, if I feel like him being black had nothing to do with the fact of him being gay. I feel like those are like it just kind of happened to be the case here. You know what I mean?
Though, I will say, and on the side of that, and we probably gonna have to move on because we already kind of going to. But I think it's the fact that is when they play black characters in certain movies, and I didn't think of it this way at all, but just in general, they do always give him a niche, and it's usually being the funny best friend, the gay guy, or whatever the case may be. A lot of times when there's the supporting cast in a lot of
like
movies.
Jamal from On My Block, you talking about like
Yeah, like stuff like that. Yeah, like I'm the, you know what I'm saying, and that's I think that's what he was kind of like saying because that does happen a lot though. You know, we have the niche. Like when the black guy, most of the black guys, they're going to be the very funny
something
guy.
stands out.
Yeah,
I know
what
what you
saying.
mean.
And obviously we want to stand out. And diversity thing. I'm a side note. I like to be representing everything.
Yes.
But I don't like that there's a minimum for certain things. Like we gotta have have you because you're black, or have you because you're Asian, or have you because you're a woman, or have you a man. Like, and this goes into other conversation about the being equal and like equity is equality and like equity, two different things. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just give a small little thing into this, but it's like everyone should have equal opportunities to be able to do something. But at the same time, I don't want to go somewhere where they're like, oh, we're hiring you because we need another black guy, so we're hiring another black guy. Yeah. Now, of course, sometimes that works out for you. But say if you need a surgery, heart surgery, or something like that. Do you want the person that they hired because they needed diversity, or the person that's the best of what they can do? You don't want the person that's best. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like everybody should give a fair opportunity, regardless of the color, whatever the case may be. But I don't want to be. It shouldn't be someone's hired because we needed a woman, so we added a woman. And of course, the women gonna be like, okay, yeah, great, like yeah, that's representation and all that. I get that. But then on the other hand, when it's flipped, and they hire a man because they want a man for this part. Now it's a problem. Same thing with being a man of color or something like that, or someone that's gay or Asian or whatever the case may be. Yes, sometimes it helps out for me to be like, okay, good. They need more black people, diversity. So yeah, I can get a job, and it helps me. Yeah. But say I'm the consumer, and like I say with surgeries or whatever the case may be, I'm the person who's the best at what they do, because whatever the case may be. Because at this point in time, we can. I feel like we have always been. Obviously, we're in an oppressed population, but we can still. We have a lot of opportunities now. Yes. That obviously the older generation did not have, but we could be on the same level where if a kid goes to Harvard, we could be able to go to Harvard too. A white kid go to Harvard, we go to Harvard too. Yes. We could have the same type of experience and the same years of work and everything. So that way, I don't want to have a handicap because of my race. Yes. And I don't want that, because on the other end, when the consumer is going to need me or need someone else, they're not going to care if you're black, white, or whatever the case may be. But I would want the best for what it is. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like sometimes we get kind of like out of that. And that's what I feel about with the black people being in movies and stuff like that. Because sometimes but people make a point to show diversity. Absolutely. But it's like, and I get that sometimes, but it's like, yo, that's just hard. Who's the best at whatever it is? For sure. If 5 black people are the best for this, and there's 5 spots for a job, give them all the jobs. You don't need to add. Or if 4 white people and 1 Asian guy is the best for these jobs for 5 slots left, just give them to him. Don't be like, oh, that's only pick the 2 white guys and that's pick 2 Asians and 1 black guy because we want to add diversity. Whoever did the most work, who did the best, regardless of what's going on, should be able to get it. And the only argument before probably was been that they had more opportunities than us. Yes. And I get that. They kind of in a way they did, but right now, bro, we have the same opportunities. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like obviously our race is going to play a part when it comes to someone else interviewing us or someone else hiring us, or this case may be, and they have their own personal thing. But at the end of the day, I can go to school just as much as somebody else, white, black, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like that should be hired at that. And I feel like sometimes when they place too much emphasis on the diversity, it kind of shields back. And I'm not saying that's what happened in internals, but I'm saying like in general, because you said that about it and just kind of sparked my head. But
like when it comes to movies or just jobs in general, because I know that topic comes up, it's like, yo, like I just see a bunch of white people, or I just see a bunch of like this, and it's not like change. From my outside point of view looking in, sometimes I'd be thinking like, y'all are complaining really quick, but what if no, like, let's say it was all white people, like all white men or all white people in like a movie or in a job, in some sort of business. Yeah. I was like, what if no black people even like applied for it? So how are we really gonna complain about their diversity if we didn't really try to be in the first place? Because you really don't know from our point of view looking in. Yeah. So I was telling her like, y'all you're quick to like just be like, look, you just complain about this. But I'm like, again, what if nobody applied there? And even if they are the best, and if there are the situation where they did apply, like you said, what if the best is the other person? Like, we don't know, because we know the criteria, and we never know from the outside point of view. I just feel like people want to complain about something first without thinking like, what are all the possibilities that are really going into this situation?
Yeah, I agree. I feel like a lot of people will blame like a lot of black people or just pretty much anybody, any race. I felt like if they didn't get it done, they feel like it's just because of the color of their skin or their race. It's like you could just like not have like the skills or the merit to be in that position. Or even if they didn't even try, they just feel like that's enough of an excuse, like try or like do better.
A big thing is too, and mind you, don't get it wrong. We all experienced things or seen things that we was like, okay, we definitely have the short end of our stick because of our color and things like that. And I understand, but sometimes I feel like people use the whole, the race card as like because they have trouble and like self-reflecting. Or blaming themselves for maybe some of the negatives that happen in their life, and it's like it's always because I feel like when something goes wrong, who wants to be to blame when something goes wrong? You want to be able to point blame at it, and someone else say, oh, it's because of this, it's because of that. Yeah. And there's a lot of situations sometimes where I feel like, oh, I just didn't happen because I'm black or whatever the case may be, and I'm like, it does happen sometimes, right? It does happen sometimes, but as a person, and you want to succeed, you need to be able to look at yourself and be like, yo, maybe this didn't happen because I'm black, maybe it happened because of how I acted, or maybe it happened because
True.
I came late to my interview, or maybe it happened because I didn't dress the part that I wanted. Whatever the case may be. But a lot of times we go to just blaming someone else, and we never take. I talked about this before. Black people don't know how to take responsibility. I feel like for their actions.
That was like episode 1 or 2.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Okay. So we did talk about this, and like it's so big to me because we always can pull the race card. It's a card we can pull whenever.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? But it's the problem with people pulling it whenever is it is a legitimate card to pull because stuff like that can happen. But when people want to pull it for everything, and they want to pull it because they have poor self-reflecting on situations that they might have caused from themselves. I don't like that. And I've seen it personally. I'm like, yo, no, that doesn't happen because you're black. It's happening because you wanted to, like, when you in the hallway, like at school, kids be running the hallway, and then the teacher stop them. You always stop me. You stop me because I'm black, and maybe they let somebody else go. I'm like, all right. Granted, say if there was a white kid and a black kid running down the hallway, right? And you're the one who got stopped. You got in trouble, right? And the white kid didn't. Let's say that, right? Obviously, there could be something in there. Oh, you might have got. Got pointed out because you're black.
That seems racially motivated.
Yeah, racially motivated. But at the same time, why are you running the hallway?
Yes.
Like, I'm not saying all the other race stuff is important, but it's also like let's look at what we do too sometimes though. And I feel like that one's isn't that it's more extreme cases, but I'm saying because you can't go your whole life just blaming somebody else. How successful can you be just saying I'm not successful because someone else isn't? Like, because someone else didn't like me. That's like anybody that like Sojourner Truth, anybody that was like, oh, I can't make it because I'm black. Oh, they told me no because I'm black. All right, the fuck. So what'd she do? Kept going, kept pushing. So that way she could be successful. You can't do that your whole life. Right. Because no one's gonna give you nothing just saying, oh, because I'm black, I didn't get this, that, and third. Oh, I didn't get the Harvard because I'm black. Yes. I didn't get this job because I'm black. All right, da-da-da. So you just give up and stop. And you just use excuses and you want to feel bad for yourself and never reflect and never say, yo, maybe this is something I can do to change. Right. Now look. Granted, people gonna be racist for probably the rest of our lives. Yes, you know what I'm saying, and that's gonna be. It shouldn't be that way, but that shouldn't also be a way for stopping us from being successful because we just gonna keep using that excuse the whole time. Because we can reflect. Okay, what can I do from what I can handle? I can't change the color of my skin, right? Yeah. But there's certain things I can handle. I can handle how good I am at a craft. I can handle my knowledge of something. I can change all that. I can change and I can move, you know what I'm saying? Absolutely. Skin can't change, but all that I could change. So when I can go to a different place or go to interviews and apply for different jobs and do something like that, like I don't need to have the excuse, oh, I didn't get this because I'm black. No, like, yo, sometimes niggas need to learn how to reflect off themselves and see what their actions did.
On some real. I wholeheartedly agree with everything you said. The only rebuttal I will say, and it's not strong, is that every black person, of course, is different, and we have different experiences. So if we grow up in a different environment, there actually might have been cases when they were growing up that they actually had direct racism affect them. So they're going to feel more motivated to think that way because that's how they feel in the environment they grew up in. Versus somebody else who may not have gotten that treatment all the time, whether that has to do with colorism or just the environment where you actually grew up where you didn't experience that. It could be like you were in a blue area or a red area in America. So your upbringing might affect how you perceive these situations. You might think things are a little more racially motivated if you actually directly got treated that way growing up versus if you didn't. So, and that's why it's kind of like I can feel for some people wanting to do that more, but it still comes back, and I think your argument is still more powerful because ultimately you still have to kind of like look at the grand scheme of things. Like maybe that's not the case. Let's think about let's take it back a step and think about it. I agree with you.
And the reason why I use the example of kids running the hallway, because it can be sometimes where it could be racially motivated, right?
Yes, especially depending on who the teacher is and how it is,
and depending on your background. But that is still what I'm still trying to say. You need to still be able to, let's look at what I can do to change something, and that way I can go get it somewhere else and still be able to go get it. Right. Instead of just sitting there being like, I couldn't get this because I'm black. And it's using that, and you telling that story for 30 years. I was like, I was so close to getting this, but I couldn't because I'm black. Just know you're not, what's the success story and it's blaming and highlighting the oppression that we all know that we face so much. Absolutely. I'm saying like that. So even if I believe, you got an older generation where they come from a background of certain things, and they probably definitely receive more. We've been encountering more racist things than we probably have, of course. But at the same time, that shouldn't stop nobody from trying to be successful. You know what I'm saying? Or trying other ways to find to go get it, or being like, okay, what can I do to improve? Like somebody say, you can't do this because all right, cool. All right, now I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna work hard. I'm gonna do this for somewhere else. My obstacle might be a little harder, but I'm saying like I just feel like sometimes Our generation, I was highlighting our generation as being just not being able to take responsibility for the actions. But in the grand scheme of things, I'm also just saying like we got to be able to go get it because we're always going to be facing challenges. You know what I'm saying? And if that's the case, we can't be sitting here just always blaming our challenges for our non-successes because then we're going to be 50 non-successful and just have these stories these half-ass stories where they all end the same way because I couldn't get it because I was black, and I don't think that should be a continued thing for our people in general. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
If you want to talk about a story, I didn't get this because I'm black, it needs to be a success story. It needs to be a story where you found a way around that and then you got there and there. It shouldn't be no reasons like, for example, like our brother, it's not a race, but he used to go to school. Like I said, I was first and at the moment the only person to go to college in my house right now, which is cool. Like I said, I always say college not for everybody. If you got a trade and you're good at it, fuck it, do that, right? So my older brother, he used to always say, he used to get in arguments. I've heard he had it in his head that he had it in his head that because I went to college that I thought I was better or smarter than him.
Yes.
He put that in his head. I know he did because of conversations and arguments we had, and it gets mentioned. I'm like, I'm not saying nothing about this.
Yes.
Like we mentioned some other, because one time I mentioned something about I hate to ramble on because I know I'm gonna be short though. I think I'm something about doing chores in the house, and I was kind of like, I'm not, and it was mentioned. It was like, oh, you don't do nothing. And I was like, I made a statement. I'm like, I'm not here. I go to college. Like I get I'm home right now, but like I don't hear it. He's like, oh, you trying to rub it in college? You go to college like that, right? So stuff like that. Maybe know that I put in here. But one of his excuses was he'd be like, only reason I go to college because we couldn't afford to go to Drexel. He got accepted to Drexel or whatever, which is probably true, right? At the time. But mind you, when we're having this conversation, I'm literally going to Rutgers Camden, right? On full tuition because my dad works for fucking Rutgers. Mm-hmm. How you're gonna tell this story? He told a story for years about how he couldn't get into Drexel because we couldn't afford it, right?
Yep.
My dad works for Rutgers.
Drexel tuition is like $70,000.
Yo, it is. It's a lot.
It's a massive amount of money.
But if you're using that as an excuse, say you didn't go to college, while your dad works for a university, a New Jersey statewide university, and he could have given he would go tuition free for either 3 of those for 10 semesters. So you can go there for 5 years and everything will be free. Everything will be free for you unless you want to do room and board. And why would you have to do room and board? You have a car and you live in Sickerville. You know what I'm saying? Or you live close. If you can bleep out Sickerville, let me do that. But so I'm saying like, but that's what I mean. You just you're driving yourself on just saying all the negatives and saying why you couldn't get something, but you're not looking at yourself or saying what you can and can't do.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I think the race thing is the biggest clutch we do pull sometimes, and a lot of times they are legit, authentic, and I will say that. But there's sometimes, especially in my generation or our generation, where that's not the case. You know what I'm saying? And I know we ran it on because we was definitely not supposed to be talking about that, but you know how I get. It's your conscience. You feel me?
You already know.
Going like our conscience. You know,
for sure.
We talk about certain things, and so many things is like come to mind. You know what I mean?
For sure. So, dang, I wanted to say one more thing about.
No, say one more thing. We made an hour. We be quick. That's capped at like 110, 115 or something like that.
Cool.
Mind you, we got cut out a little bit. Something anyway.
Yeah, a little bit.
So yeah.
The only thing I wanted to ask before we got to the next topic is who's your favorite Eternal?
Where
mine is definitely Makari. I love Makari. She's my favorite. The speedster.
I like Makari
because when Icarus went against him, she was handling that nigga.
Oh yeah, she was
by herself. I was like, she could have rocked this nigga like to fucking next Friday.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. If she like was, she was definitely fast enough.
Yo, she was killing the game.
If bro wasn't catching her, if he ain't chuck her up, bro, he would've been done.
On some real, and that was like I feel like that was like a lucky shot on some real shit. She was boom. Like she could have really rocked this dude. He was getting really handled,
flashing and shit. Yeah.
Yo, low key, 2 things. My favorite, I'm bad with names, but my favorite was the nigga who can make people do stuff he wants with mine.
Yeah, Druid. Yeah.
That's an OD power.
Yes.
He can technically rule the world if he wanted to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He said he could. He was like, I could have done this right now.
He can literally rule the world. Yo, that scene with a nigga when he was on top of the stairs and he was like, this ends now, and he just started doing it.
Yep.
That shit felt mad. Like, that shit felt dope as hell. Yeah. Like, on some like, cause he can do that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Such good morals behind it too.
Yeah. And I liked him. And so I liked the character, how the character was kind of like very like sarcastic, but also very like rebellious and like I'm about that type. You know what I'm saying? Because he was about it,
and it's like, also still good intentions behind it. Like, it's
and
crazy.
nigga like yo, like all right, if you want to stop me, you gonna have to kill me. Like that's Like bottom line, like,
that was so
bottom
real.
line, like you want, like you're like yo. At the end of the day, like I'm not gonna stop. So if you want me to stop, you gotta kill me. Like type shit.
Yeah.
And that's the type of time he was on the whole joint. Like so, I respect him. Even that too, he was jumping on the little on the dividends trying to kill bull. He ain't got no fighting powers. Nigga took the shotgun down. Like he was.
Yeah.
I like how he was like, and then I like how he was with the shorty too.
Yep.
He put like damn, like he was up in the grill, like yo, like
What's up,
yo.
you miss me?
She like damn,
I was
nigga,
like, this thing is
nigga
mad
with a little
smooth.
light skin face, like shit like that. But I was gonna say that was the most successful speedster versus like speed / fast.
Yes.
Like,
Depiction.
yeah, like so you know how that guy is. He's like damn near like a Superman. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like the
Icarus.
laser eye, flying.
Yeah.
He's strong, right? But Superman. Whenever you see Superman Flash fight, right? How long that lasts? Where it's a little bit and then boom, that nigga's Flash getting choked up or something like that.
Which is wild.
And the movie Invincible, Omni-Man, right? Same
Yep.
thing. Flash going ding ding ding. I mean, grip the nigga up, dead, right? That was the best fight for how fast she be. Because mind you, it doesn't make sense. If this bitch can go across the world in a couple seconds, how the fuck can anybody see her?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there should be no reason why you should. And at that point, she was fucking this nigga up.
That's what I'm
like,
saying.
She was bodying him.
That
I
was
like,
so
yo,
awesome.
She was bodying this nigga. And at the point where he got up, but even after that, let go, back again. Dot. And that's how those fights should go.
Yeah.
You're fucking fast as hell. You're fast enough to run around the
Dodging
world in a couple minutes.
laser
You know what I'm saying?
beams, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And that's you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. No, who's your favorite?
Also, like, nah, definitely Makari. She was solid,
Word.
especially just to keep on that. Like the way she was dodging like the lasers back and forth.
Yeah.
Also, the camera work for her running around was immaculate.
Okay.
Also, like just like the way they show like the camera angles are like lowering it, like when she's like running across the water and everything.
Yes,
it was
yeah.
solid.
Everything was depicted so well about her,
But I
her
think-
character and her powers. Yeah.
I keep forgetting his name, but the dude who could do technology.
Fastos.
Yeah, Fastos. I think he's my favorite though. Fastos.
cool.
Yeah.
Yo, nah, he went crazy.
He was solid.
Especially when he started fighting.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but
The
really,
fact that he was making
ring
stuff
shit-
on site, he's like, I'm about to craft this right here, boom, boom. And I'm like, I'm about to fucking this
Yeah.
up. That was hot.
He
That was really, that was
crafting,
hot.
like big ass shields
Yeah.
and shit. He like made the
Those gun joint in
yeah.
hand, boom, 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 on site. I said, that's hot.
He definitely made the Shang-Chi rings, bro.
Oh yeah, the same
Yeah,
t-shirt.
it,
Got
like,
to,
without
bro.
doubt, he made them
He
shit,
had
yo.
to.
It had to, bro.
Yeah, they contain some sort of eternal power.
It
Which is
definitely had
fire.
to. I have more to say, but we
Yeah, we
gotta
we
move
on
on
it,
to the
yeah.
next joint because at this point it's an hour, 5 minutes.
All right, we here.
It's fucking 1:45, yo.
Word.
We do this though. Look at the time, bro.
We good. Earlier in the episode, I actually said something about how I think people nowadays in this generation can't really make up their mind or don't know what they really want. Like they want to complain about everything. So that kind of comes around to what just happened this week about Astrofest. You know, Astrofest, like Travis Scott's situation.
Fuck, we didn't even move on to the next subject.
Yeah.
God damn.
So Travis Scott's Astrofest joint. Obviously we heard the news like 8 people passed away at the concert, and some people are really trying to figure out what they want to do with Travis Scott. And there's a lot of like aftermath situations that's going on. And what I'm saying about people not making understand what they want is Travis Scott's taking action about like what he can do to help the situation. Like, all right, cool, I'm gonna pay for the expenses of the funeral. I'm gonna pay for this. I'm gonna do this and that and that. But people still want to complain about his actions. Like, oh well, it's the least he can do, or something, or he could. What's that gonna do for him? Oh my God, he's still doing horrible stuff. I'm like, yo, like, what else is my man really supposed to do in a situation?
Yeah.
Like, you're not gonna be. I feel like nothing he's gonna do that's gonna make y'all be like, that's a good move. Everything he's gonna do is bad to y'all. Like, why?
It's
You know
not
what
gonna
I mean?
happen because I think a lot of people already. Those people that are like that have a negative connotation of the situation.
Yeah.
So no matter what happens, they're only going to pluck out information or pluck out a certain like point of view that's going to match their negative mindset.
That's gonna help
connotation.
their particular side of the story.
That's what's going to happen. And I wish I remember more shit in psychology class because I could tell you the term for it,
Word.
but I can't.
Bring that notebook out.
Yeah, facts. But I ain't take notes. But but nah. And the situation is so weird because it's like. It's almost like, first of all, to be very honest, he doesn't owe them much. He doesn't owe them almost anything. To be honest,
Yeah.
in my opinion, like,
I don't think this is Travis's fault.
and that's why I mean because I don't think it's his fault. Like that's like I feel bad for all the people who lost their life. Of course,
Absolutely.
because it's crazy. Like you know what I'm saying.
That's serious,
I know
yes.
no one left the concert thinking, okay, I'm going to all this all this is going to happen, you know what I'm saying? Or no one left going to concert thinking, okay, I'm not coming back home this night, you know what I'm saying? Or I'm not going to see, no one thinks that, right? It's a concert, you know what I'm saying? You're going there to have fun, everything. It definitely pays homage, well, not homage, but it definitely shows how humanity is. It's very fucked up because niggas getting trampled.
Yeah.
It means niggas didn't care what they were stepping on.
Yeah.
So people have to see them laying. They said, fuck it, they just keep moving. They said niggas was injecting drugs in people.
Yes, that's just OD. Like, what's wrong with people?
Like, and it's like, I don't know. Like, it's like, first of all, who's the security guards? Them motherfuckers should be fired.
Them.
Oh,
See,
them niggas
there's
should be
so much
fired.
I could talk about this situation.
Bro,
yes.
And so much, and I don't know how the thing was, but I think now they probably going in the future have like more crowd control.
Yes.
Off, like people in security officers being for crowd control purposes and everything else too, because that shit like that was. But it's like all these variations it comes down to still. None of it is Travel's fault. Like niggas are saying niggas is like, yo, you should have stopped the concert. Bro, if I'm up there, I'm 10,000s of people or whatever the fuck it is.
Yes.
I concert. I can't see one person laying on the ground.
Nope.
Of course, I might see people charging, rushing,
Yeah.
But that's gonna look normal to me. I'm Travis Scott. Like I'm having a concert. I'm listening to think about the music we're listening to. It's beats and all that yelling shit. Like you saw this nigga acts. Like remember the time the nigga took Michael.
And praising
like,
fire.
You know what I'm saying? That's the vibe you going for, right?
Exactly.
So when you see people hype, see people running, yelling your name, singing on a song, like come on, you're not seeing someone laying on the ground trample because not all people trample. All people died in other ways. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's so sad, but it's also like I don't know what people expect. I really do feel like people just kind of are always upset.
Yes,
that's the problem about people. There are people that are always gonna be upset.
Yes, no
matter what the case is. But it's like and they're always gonna have a stand for why they're upset. You know what I'm saying? But to think of this whole event as Travis's fault makes no sense. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and for them to, and I get it. Of course you're gonna say apology because it was at his concert and everything like that. But it's like, oh, really? He doesn't. I don't feel like he owes anything. Now, of course, if I was Travis Scott, I would do a lot. Yeah. I would call. I would make sure. I would really make sure to do as much as I can for the people and families that die. Right? I would. As a person, right?
Absolutely.
And especially because you're coming out here. Obviously, I got the money for it. I'm fucking Travis Scott. But at the same time, for all these people on the social media stuff looking at, I'm like, where's his fault in it? You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, I don't know. You like it doesn't.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
go ahead.
But definitely with like the tramplings and everything like that, that's terrible.
Yes.
And like, I just don't feel like, obviously, apology. He felt like that was right. I would have done the same thing, but. At the same time, the trampling and everything, that's not entirely his fault because, I mean, it is his concert, but like, I'm pretty sure he's not the one meticulously planning everything and like making sure like all the security's there and everything. So really, I don't want to completely put it on one person because it was a massive thing. So like, it's a lot of people's effort to make sure that everything runs smoothly. And especially if you got like thousands of people there, it's going to get unruly at some point.
For sure. But
like, at a certain point, it's like, you got to look at like the planners and everything like that. Like, the people who like got the security, got the police and everything like that. Like, and when people were complaining, like, yo, people are like dying and like getting like passing out. No one was like truly listening or anything like that. Like, it was like, from what I've heard, like there were like people who like were at the concert helping people at the concert out. Yeah. Instead of like actual like the security doing the job.
And that's the thing. Like, so there was videos of people climbing up onto the stage trying to like say, yo, stop the concert, right? And they were being told, get off the stage. By a camera person, right? Yeah. So check this out. My man's just saying, get off the stage. He's doing his job. He had earmuffs on. Probably can't hear what anybody's saying. Oh, yeah. So he's like, he's doing his job. You're not supposed to be on stage here. Go somewhere else. But they're like, yo, stop the stage. And they're like, oh, they're getting Travis Scott's attention. Yo, if there's, again, we're talking about thousands of people. If there's only like let's say there's 100 people or maybe even 1,000 people saying stop the show, that's going to be overpowered by people just cheering and stuff like that. Travis can't hear. Travis's job is to perform. He's doing that. There's even a video of him stopping the show for a second, say, oh, somebody passed out. Let's get him out of there real quick. And they're going to continue the show. How are you supposed to know 8 people died at your concert while you on stage like that? Nobody know that afterwards, and he canceled the next day. Like any normal person would. And on top, like everybody's doing their job. The people who weren't doing their job was probably security, like you talked about, or whoever's supposed to be there to manage stuff. Now, those are people that really should have got everything handled in the crowd and stuff like that. But Travis is not going to be aware of that if he's on stage, like we just talked about. So
Travis is, obviously the event space, but he's there to perform.
Yes.
On top of that, too, niggas pass out concerts all the time, it seems like. Niggas, yo, but Playboy, you know what I'm saying? King Cartier himself, the inventor of music, had a whole joint. It was talking about, he was like, oh, our niggas passing out. Similar to, he was like, I mean, he ended up just saying, fuck that, and just kept going. But niggas was passing out his concert. Michael Jackson, when niggas used to be out, niggas were passing out his concert, you know what I'm saying? And it's not like, niggas aren't stopping shows. Niggas like, oh my God, they passed out the concert. They love me so much. That's the type of vibe that you're gonna get. And same thing like what you were saying about people coming up to the stage and rushing the stage. You just like a crazy fan that's drunk or on drugs, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this nigga doing? Like, yo, get on stage. Like, that's what's gonna happen. And so for the niggas out here that say I don't get it. Like I said, I don't think he owes them anything. I don't think he owes it as far as like as a person, obviously gonna do something for the people that pass. But it's like everyone else is. I feel like they're trying to expect him to do so much, or say he should do this, do that. But it's like I don't. He doesn't owe that to them. You know what I'm saying? Or he owe that to them to do what these people that are saying. You know what I'm saying? And I don't get that part.
What else I hated though was like, you know how he went on the story and he apologized and like all that stuff. Yeah. I think people made so many jokes about it that people immediately were just like, this is a joke. Like, so they made so many jokes about it on Twitter. They was like, yo, man, he's making his faces, he's acting, he's making this stuff up. But there are so many jokes and memes about it that if you saw a meme first, you're instantly going to agree with people saying it's a joke and not going to believe his genuinity behind it, like how genuine he is behind it. So, like, he's going to feel guilty. What else is he going to do? He's saying, oh, he's rubbing his face. Like, how else are you going to act? Are you going to just sit there straightforward, like, yo, I'm sorry about this? Like, you're going to be upset. Like, that's a natural reaction. Like, yo, like, I like, you're going to look down and stuff like that. And somebody like, oh, he put a filter on there. I was like, so you're getting mad he put a filter, but he's still apologizing? So a filter makes it, like, clownish? I'm like, your point is kind of valid to me, but I'm kind of sitting there like, I think it's literally like, he's being genuine. Like, how else are you supposed to act if somebody passed out at your concert? Or, I'm sorry, died at your concert, like, all this crazy stuff happening? So he's giving a public apology, but y'all just want to make a joke about it, and now people are feeling like they want to shut it down.
Yo, I was gonna say too, and I kind of feel them like I'm gonna have half on it, but the other end is that I feel like as men we do have trouble showing emotion.
Yes.
So we can care about something so much in a certain way, but sometimes it's hard to show that.
Yes.
Not everybody knows how to show how they emotion. I'm not trying to make an excuse for him, but I know, for example, like me, I'm one of the people that I'm not very good at reacting well to certain things. Yes. Like it could be someone I love, care, I cared about somebody that say they passed away, right? I'll be deeply hurt, but it doesn't automatically mean I'm going to cry.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It doesn't change that I missed it. They're gone, It doesn't change that, but it's as a kind of like, almost like, how we talked about before, just being a man. It's kind of like as society kind of raises to be like, oh, we're cool, we're fine, to a point where we start to actually believe it, and we take it comes part of our characteristics, like, you know what I'm saying, where we react a certain way when bad things happen. So if you're somebody like Travis Scott, who I'm sure is when he's talking, it's all joy of life, concerts and shit like that. So to be able to now to almost gotta do like a PSA and to prove to other people that you care, you have to go on there and show emotion. Yeah. I'm sure that's hard to do, and it's probably very uncomfortable to do. And you know what I'm saying. And I'm not making excuses, but I just know as a person, I know it would be hard for me to do too, because you gotta come across general. But like I said, you gotta, like, what do you want to do? Stare at the screen, and be like, yo, I'm sorry, this happened, da da da.
Then how much of an asshole would you look like? Just looking at the screen.
Now you look worse. Now if you do too much, it's like, nah, that's fake. He can't really be crying that much. Da da da. But the problem is, I think the beauty of it all is that a lot of people know, especially famous people, know you can't please everybody.
Yes.
So it's like, because everyone has everyone's so different. So
it goes back to my thesis.
I guess they know that they can't please everybody. So it's good to know that you can't please everybody. Yeah. So you're gonna take those little negatives and be like, all right, cool. If the 20% of people saying negative and 80% is positive, fuck, I just gotta take that. Yeah. Because there's no way you're gonna be able to fix it and have the whole 100% to be positive. That's just not what's going on.
And of course, I think as the celebrity in the situation, everybody's always gonna point fingers to the celebrity because everybody knows who that person is. Yeah. So the whole situation, like we just talked about, is security. It's the people who should have managed everything. Like how those people didn't really look at. But of course, first person you want to point at, Travis Scott. Oh, it's a concert. His fault. I'm like, damn,
that's the story that sells.
He's a human being.
That's the story that sells, though.
Yeah.
And the problem is that their line of work is a lot based. Their line of work aligns up with other people's line of work that have them that are going to make them seem negative.
Yeah.
Because like, so for example, something like a TMZ. So like TMZ's line of work is to highlight the the big events that happen, rather big or bad, whoever's dispensed it is, don't matter. But that's their job. So when you have someone like that or any other like reporting sites or social medias, they want to post the biggest shit. The biggest shit is to say Travis Scott, da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? Not gonna say, the bodyguard at Travis Scott concert. They're not gonna put that in there. They're gonna put Travis Scott concert, da da da. Then maybe bodyguard, but it's always gonna be centered around him because he's the most known, and he's gonna give the most traffic to whatever story it is.
Absolutely.
Because at the end of the day, if you're a person that reports news or whatever the case may be, your biggest selling point, especially advertising-wise and everything, is going to be saying that, look how much traffic I get.
Yes.
Because that's the main thing. And you know what I'm saying? Look, I get all this traffic. A lot of people come to me, come to my page or come to my channel or whatever the case may be, and they see this and see what I'm saying. And that's their big thing. And and obviously too, they want to spread the more news possible. They're famous professional gossipers. That's what they are. You know what I'm saying? So what gossipers don't do? Gossipers want to tell the story to everyone. They want to get the news out there.
Absolutely.
So they get to do that, and at the expense of other people, unfortunately. But it's kind of one of those things where that's just how it works.
OD, man.
And yeah, it's kind of fucked up, but that's it.
Like, my prayers go out to all the families
Yes,
of the
sir.
lost ones, for sure. Like, that's number one. And now this is on the side note. It's like Travis getting all these lawsuits and stuff. I hope Travis ends up being okay too. Cause I personally don't think any of this is his fault. But he's getting all these lawsuits, getting all this negativity. I hope he ends up being okay as well. But again, priority goes to the families. Like, lost ones, that's insane. And I can't imagine what the families are going through. But it's just I just don't think it's Travis's fault. I don't think he should be getting as much blame as he's really getting.
Yeah, I completely agree. Obviously, rest in peace to everyone. Like, that was a terrible thing. Should not have happened. You feel me? But like, yeah, with everything that happened, I feel like you can't personally blame just the one person. And I get that he's famous, so like everyone, they can't really reach anyone else but him. So it makes sense why everyone is going after him.
Yeah.
But obviously he does not deserve everything that's coming after him, because I mean, it is his stuff, but like, it's not like he can like personally see someone all the way in the back. And also like, with it, like the mismanagement of the security, like there's literally people like tearing down the front gate and everything like that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like, come on, like, what was you really doing?
Niggas got bringing some crazy shit. Like, bring some pepper spray. Start spraying these niggas. Woof. Something like that.
Really, like, riot control that stuff. Come on, like,
Yeah.
if you got really people stepping on people's heads and everything like that.
No, that's OD, man.
Yo, being trapped. I'm not gonna get into it. But look, we are damn. I think I don't know if we could do a Blair's outburst.
Nah, we gonna call it quits
It's
right there. For
120.
real.
It's cool. We can save it for another time, and then maybe next episode. I'm gonna be away for like the rest of the week, so it's good to be recording now.
You leave tomorrow, don't you?
Yeah, leave tomorrow. So we'll save Blair's outburst for maybe next episode.
Yeah.
If you don't have one, if you have one, we can fuck around and do two. And we can just rock it that way.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But anyway, sheesh, I hope you enjoyed this episode 12.
Late night episode.
Late night thoughts, man. Late at night.
On this house, I can scream what I want.
For sure. Look, go ahead, Noah, say something. No cap, Noah.
No cap, Noah. Appreciate y'all having me on the show. Hope y'all enjoyed. Hope y'all enjoyed my thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy being here.
Real talk.
You feel me?
This is nigga's birthday. Niggas in Germany, send my mans a happy birthday. You feel me?
Yes.
All the niggas that we know about. So wait, but stop that. Vic, where did we start at today?
Woo! Yo! We started off with fucking Vic's emotions. Want to tell a story.
Which is the most valid advertisement sponsor I think we had thus far of season 1. And I'm hoping that we can continue to be sponsored by such. I don't want that. I also, I want to have a little disclaimer. I don't want that to discourage Victor from sharing his emotions with me. On serious notes, I'm there, but the ones where I'm like, he's being, Vic, you need to hold your emotions, something like that. Yes, I'm going to always share them. But if, life is crazy and everything, we have a conversation, those would be a different story. But ones where I'm like, Vic's, being a little light-skinned, I'm going to be like, yeah, we need to share that with everyone. But
I guess I can't help it.
My favorite sponsors.
After that, dang. We started talking about the Eternals movie, but in between that, we started talking about the baddest cartoons. We got carried away with that
The
one.
baddest bitches ever drawn.
You know what I'm saying? You feel me? We started getting a little bit into that. And then we went back to Eternals. And then we started talking about black people being blue. And then we went back to Eternals. What?
Yo, cause you see how this nigga took the mic during our recap time? Yo, what you doing? Yo, this the recap time, dog.
I was just saying.
Nah, get out, yo. Listen, yo, any future guests, bro, we have recap time. Bro, this is a me and Vic Tom exclusive. I don't know what the fuck this nigga think, yo. Look. Yo, this is recap time, dog. Yo.
Dang,
Nigga
yo.
just took the mic, like, all smooth, like.
My fault. I'm sorry.
Yeah, lucky my brother, man. I might have to say.
Dang, see?
My fault, OG.
Where? And after we were done talking about Eternals for like the third, fourth time, we ended up closing off, and we started closing off on Travis Scott's situation. Oh,
Yo, this nigga took the
we
mic.
still clown
and
shit.
Recap, though.
Yo, we gonna do Shades Emotions next, bro?
Nah, emotion, bro. Look, listen. Yo, like, all right, let me just illustrate it for the niggas that's on the Spotify.
Yeah, got you.
Spotify and more so Apple Podcasts, because that's where most of you guys come from.
Fuck y'all.
So y'all know how to end the episode where, you know, we all talking about this nigga says fuck everything about Apple and Mac, walks around with an iPhone because of peer pressure, and still be talking shit like, I enjoy it. You're not. You have an Apple iPhone.
Continue, please.
But anyway,
continue.
so I'm in here chilling and shit. Y'all know I love to tell stories, and we doing a recap. Y'all know a recap. This is me and Big Joe. This motherfucker going like, I'm like, think about the mic in front of my face. Nigga underhands my mic, slide it over to him, and just say the baddest bitches ever drawn or some shit like that in the middle of our fucking recap. Nah, bro, that's disrespect. Yo.
Oh, but it was like addition to him saying. I wasn't like I didn't add anything. I was just saying that's what we.
Y'all could probably vaguely hear him, but this time we didn't grab the mic. That's because Shane
that.
got it right now.
Nah, fuck that.
I was just saying when we sidetracked to. That's all.
Word. I kind of feel you, but damn.
That's my fault?
Hey, man, look.
Who's the asshole here? Am I the asshole for making a big deal about this? Or is Noah the asshole?
You know, at the end of the day,
I think it's Noah.
This shit cast. I don't wanna interrupt and, you know what I'm saying, drag it down. That's your recap, bro. Do your thing, G.
To put it in perspective, it's like when you in a car and you driving and then somebody touching your radio. That's how I just felt just then. It's like someone touching the radio growing up.
Oof.
As a driver. Yo, it's like nah. But we talked so much all over. And the great thing, we went like hop back and forth.
Yes, today.
But yeah.
Sheesh.
Long ass nighttime episode.
Word. We might
Late nights with Shannon.
Okay, so
Like Shane and Conan put together.
Okay, and you know, on that note, when he starts saying BS like that,
What do you mean?
Shane shenanigans. That means we're gonna end the episodes. Please stay up. Stay
Tuesday
great.
Night Live.
Stay blessed.
Tuesday Night Live podcast.
Love y'all.
Stream of consciousness.
Peace.
SOC.